Okay, let's get set up real quick and we'll get into it. Okay, well, we had some technical difficulties over the week here trying to get this reminder up, and because of that, I don't know how many people are going to join in or if people are going to come in, but we'll give it a couple more minutes, get everything opened up here, and then we will open up to the purpose of the show, which is live Q&A. So, that. Oop. I really didn't prepare very well for this. Alright, it's 5:02. Let's get into this here. Oh, looks like more people are coming in. Awesome. You can tell even my whole thumbnail system. Look at this. I get an ad for my own live stream, huh? Alright. We are on. How's everybody doing tonight? Let's let some people get in here. What's going on? What's going on, the lawn kid from Australia? How you doing? Oh, God. Alright, looks like people are coming in. Alright. Just another minute here. Yeah. I got some good news for you, for those of you guys who are here listening. We actually got some dry wood tonight. Very rare. So we had a giant stump that's been sitting out in the garage for a while, and because of that, we were able to make do with what we had. We chopped it up, and it's been drying out there for 2 years, and again, because of that, it's pretty much dry. You do other lawn care videos like Saving Green Lawn Care or Clemens Lawn Care Watch? Yes. I watch other people when I can. Mostly, so when I watch lawn care videos, I'm mostly watching a lot of the DIY guys. I do find myself watching the service pros because I have my own business and things like that, but most of the time I'm watching some of the DIY people. I don't know, it's just interesting. I like it. Well, it looks like we're getting a crowd in here. Just a minute here, and we'll get started. Getting set up. Let me go check on something real quick here. Alright. Should be good. Alright. What's going on, Duke? How you doing? What's going on, David Barron? Dennis Sarchet. What's up, brother? I guess we wait. Yep. All right. No, this isn't vodka. This is really water. Um, okay. Well, looks like we got quite a crowd in here, so let's go ahead and get started. What's going on, guys? I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Welcome back to another episode of Lawn Fires, where the fires are hot, the lawns are green, and the questions are engaging. Thanks for coming back for the 7th episode. I can't believe I made it this far. That's pretty awesome, especially due to the fact that I'm running really low on wood. I've been very fortunate to have extra stuff laying around that I've been able to make do with. I'm talking about firewood, by the way. Anyway, so for those of you guys who don't know what this is a live show that I do every Friday night where I sit fireside and I take some of your frequently asked lawn questions and I answer them via live stream. And I think this is a really great way to, kick the engagement level up in the community and just be able to interact with you guys in a more intimate type setting, because that's something I've been really working on here over the winter, was trying to figure out, okay, how can I educate my people but do it in a more intimate way? And that's how this show, Lawn Fires, came along. So, with all that being said, let's get in here to the chat. Let's see what kind of questions we got. Well, not a lot of questions yet, but a lot of people are, just tuning in, saying hello. Thomas Drias, are you excited to go to Lawnology next week? Yes, I am super excited. I cannot wait. I cannot wait to definitely get out of the Midwest for the first time in 6 years. I've traveled out of state before, but it's mostly within the Midwest area. So I'm really looking forward to getting out of the Midwest and also getting to meet up with all my friends again, the lawn care community, and definitely looking forward to learning a lot, because this place is packed with knowledge. And I'm really looking forward to learning a lot about the science behind what we're doing, so then that way I can become a better teacher for you guys. So I think that's what's really going to be fun about that. You say, what's up? What's up, Pop Music 42? What's up, brother? What's up, Sean Kane? How you doing? Jason Macon, no sandwich tonight? Not tonight, buddy. I just ate an hour ago, so. However, I am still hungry, but I might eat a little later. My lawn is dead because I have to go to school and I don't have time to water it. Well, let me give you some feedback on that, the lawn kid, because I know you're in Australia and the weather is flipped by you. Your lawn isn't dead, it's just in dormancy. And if you don't know what dormancy is, it's basically a defense mechanism that the lawn has in times of hardship, in this case, lack of water. It's the lawn's way of saying, hey, look, you don't have enough water right now, so I'm going to go ahead and go to sleep. And once we start getting more water and the temperatures come down a little bit, then I'll wake up. Cool? So it's not necessarily that your lawn is dead. I promise you that. It's not dead, all right? Once the temperatures come back down into the optimal range for you guys, which I don't know what your grass types are in Australia, something I need to learn about too. But once we start getting back into the rainy period, and things will start to wake up again, basically. What's for dinner? Just had a couple of steak tacos. I love tacos, man. Shout out to my dad's girlfriend, by the way, who loves to make Mexican food, which I'm all about. I love Mexican food more than anything. Alejandro Escovedo. Hey Jake, I have a super mossy front yard and I'm going to tackle this season. Should I rake up all the moss or just throw lime down at the rate of my soil test? Alejandro, I'm not really sure about that. I'll have to get back to you on that. So definitely stay tuned for that. Andrew Panic. How do you like the new Snapper High Vac, and did you ever try the Bay State? Used it myself and was amazing on my parents' lawn for trying it on mine this year. I still have it in the garage. I haven't tried it yet. I've been too busy using Milorganite and the next products, but now that I think about it, I'm going to have to incorporate some room for that, because like I told you guys, what I'm going to be doing in the backyard is a complete test plot. In fact, I don't know if I'm going to go too crazy with an area where I do green punch and Milorganite, or if I'm going to do like green punch my way, Milorganite my way. I'm still trying to figure all that out, so I'll have to let you know on that. Thomas Reyes with Lawnology next week. No lawn fire show. No, we're actually going to be doing a show down there. So I was actually talking with Alan the other day. I was like, hey, I don't know what we're going to be able to do. Are we going to be able to set aside a little bit of time or figure out some sort of an arrangement where I'll be able to take this show and do it over there? And he was like, yeah, man, let's do it. And I'm like, all right, cool. So I guess I will be figuring out those details when I get to Florida. Pause that. That's annoying. Um, what different types of lawns have you maintained at your home? Not counting job lawns. Have you ever gotten rid of one kind and reseeded with a whole new type for it? No. So a little backstory on my lawn. 2005, I think it was. Yeah, 2005. That's when we moved into the house. My lawn, the front was sodded with Kentucky bluegrass, and the backyard was seeded with a mixture of rye, fescue, and bluegrass. I believe it's those varieties. And yeah, I've had those. Man, what am I going to say? So yeah, I've had those ever since, and I haven't done anything to it. Now, with the Kentucky Blue up front, I do have a quackgrass invasion, which, by the way, I've done a video on that where I talk about the quackgrass. Quackgrass is a really big pain in the butt. It really is. In fact, one of the big things I don't like about it is that there's no selective herbicides to control it. The only way you can really control it, or at least suppress it, would be to put down, well, not put down, but to mow your lawn more often and mow it lower than normal for a good year or so. Definitely another year, because it's definitely starting to show less and less in my lawn, but it's not completely diminished. So I need to continue with the frequent every 2 day mowing lower than normal, which, by the way, I like the look of that. The lawn, everything just sits on an even playing field. Be a sec. Must be that taco I ate. Mm. Woo! So yeah, as I was saying, I really like the way that the lawn looks being cut lower, especially since I have bluegrass and it's not that rigid of a grass plant. It just looks better at that height, and it also performs better, especially with foot traffic. So that's something I'm going to continue to do. Mm, Bloodline. Hey Jake, what's up, brother? Alejandro, much appreciated, Jake. You're welcome, buddy. A's Lawn and Landscaping. How have you been, Jake? I've been great, brother. Looking forward to your live stream tomorrow night. The Lawn Kid. I'm going to get a Honda HRU 196 Heritage lawnmower today. Yay, I'm going to upgrade my equipment. That's awesome, bro. Andrew Panic. Last thing, saw you got a big league lawn kit. Highly recommend that for the high vac leaf commercial grade stripes with a push. Yes, I'm really so. Basically, what I do with a lot of these companies, including big leagues, is I email them, right, let them know who I this is who I am. I'd like to do a review of your product, and then like that they send it to me. It doesn't work like that all the time, but I'm definitely. But I'll tell you what. Back to the topic, the striper. I'm really looking forward to putting it through its paces, especially on my lawn, because I have so many ideas already that I could do with it. Now that I have a striper, I have more flexibility. So that's going to be something fun that we're able to do here, and I'm really looking forward to that. Um, I know I'm rambling a little tonight. I'm sorry about that, by the way. Um, John Kane, hey Jake, any word on the Carbon X? Not that I know of. I haven't heard from them. But I do know I'm going to be doing a lot with the Liquid Next products this year on my lawn. Um, in the debate, Ortho versus Chameleon Hose End Sprayer. So far for me, Ortho, that's all I've used. I'll have to give the Chameleon a try and see what I think about it. Stay tuned. It's tonight right after you. Oh, it is tonight. Awesome, bro. The lawnmower. Any experience with customizing the height levels on a Honda push mower? Sometimes I just want to go between the first and second notch. No prior experience. Sorry, I can't help you there. Bloodline. Jake, I left a message for you on your Facebook. Yes, I'll be sure to check it when this stream is over. Dennis Sarkit finally got the leaves off the lawn today, counting the days until spring. Yeah, me too, brother. I feel like an animal trapped in a cage, basically. That's how much I hate winter sometimes. I just want to mow again, and I want to dominate the neighbors. That's all I want to do. And grow my business. Let's see. Let me go flip the wood over here. Like I said, good thing we got dry wood tonight. Now we got fire. We'll let that catch on its own. Alright. Anything else here in the chat? Man, I hate this. I'm like going answering questions and I get to the bottom, there's nothing there. Hey Jake Kenneth from Norway checking in. What's up, brother? How you doing? Gamer friends, how are you? I'm great, man. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm doing great. Looking out at 4-foot drifts on my front lawn right now in North Dakota. Can't wait for the green in a few months. Yeah, me too, man. I'm psyched. 79 Mini. Jake, any plans for videos with battery backpack sprayers using the next products? Yes, I got a lot of them. In fact, something I want to talk to you guys about this week. I've been watching a lot of, going back, watching a lot of older videos from the community. One in specific, Pete Denny with GCI Turf. Love that guy. Knows how to maintain a fescue lawn. And one thing I happened to come across when I was watching him was his sprayer calibration series. And watching this made me realize that the way I calibrated my sprayer, or at least the way I calibrated myself to my sprayer, I've been doing it wrong all this time, or at least I've been doing it in a way that's harder and more time consuming. So everything he taught me in that series, about looking at it in more of calibrate the sprayer to you instead of calibrating yourself to the sprayer. It's a really great method, and it actually, from what I've seen him do, it actually helps you get the job done faster. Like instead of taking 4 minutes to spray 1,000 square feet, I could probably do it in 30 or 1 minute. So it's just interesting the things you learn, especially as you grow. So it just goes to show, I may be a smart guy at times, but I don't have all the answers. So that's something I'm definitely going to experiment with. Plus, I also have a company. Not going to reveal the name to you guys yet. I don't know them. I emailed them out of the blue, asking them if I could test out one of their sprayer nozzles because I believe one of the things they do is that they allow me to spray. They allow me to spray 1,000 square feet in a lot less time. So I guess it's due to more volume of water coming out of the tank, which leads to less misting and less runoff and things like that. So I'm really looking forward to revealing that to you guys very soon and putting it through its paces. Let's check this out. We got a couple questions in here. I woke my grass up today. I applied pre-emergent, high bricks fertilizer, aerate microgreen, and humic 12. Awesome, brother. Off to a good start. A's Lawn and Landscaping. Guess what arrived at my house today? My Cujos. Yeah, dude, you're gonna love them. I'm telling you. Now, I have used them a couple times. I haven't used them through a full year, so I'm really looking forward to that. But so far, the few jobs I've worn them on where it's been wet and cold, these shoes are good. I like them. The Lawn Kid. Hey Jake, what height do you mow your lawn? I cut mine at 4, 5, and 6. It varies depending on your grass type. As I've talked about in one of my videos before, if you have a very rigid grass type like tall fescue, you definitely want to mow that at the tallest setting because it can take it. Whereas if you have a lawn that's not very rigid like bluegrass and ryegrass, you definitely want to mow that at 3.5, 3.5 would be the optimum maximum height, but during the spring and fall, maybe bring it down to 2.5 inches for those first couple cuts, and then gradually rise as you go. Um, as far as how to measure that, just take a tape measure to your lawnmower blade, and make sure on a level surface, of course, measure it, and then once you're at the 3.5 inch mark or 4 inch mark, depending on what grass type you have, then you should be fine. Now keep in mind, before I finish up here, the grass types I'm talking about here are cool season. Of course, it's going to be the same depending on warm season grasses, which I don't know a lot about, um, but I hope that answers your question. If not, I can look at it later here. What else we got? My man Jake, happy Friday, man. How you doing, Nate? Thanks for tuning in. Happy Friday to you as well, my good sir. Stick it rich. You can come mow my lawn for me in Southwest Florida. Man, that's cool. You know what? I'll take you up on that. Jason Macon, I have seen a couple of posts recently that the Humic 12 will gel up when mixed with other next products in the Ortho hose end sprayer. Have you experienced anything similar? No, I haven't. That's something I'll have to look into. The more you grow, the more you know. Dude, that's pretty good. There's a lot of truth in that. I like that. Um, BLZRD, stick it rich. Haha, we can switch for the weekend. I'll come mow and you can. That's funny. Canile, I seeded last fall and it turned out great. The snow left a week ago and today's soil temperatures are 47. I see now that I have Poa annua several places. What is your suggestion for an approach? Well, there's not really much you can do chemically for the POA right now. Just keep mowing like normal. Keep maintaining your lawn, and then eventually, once we get to summer, it'll die off. Now, once you get to fall, you have a couple options here. Number one, you can either put down a crabgrass pre-emergent, which in this case, I'd probably recommend to you the dithiopyr for later season control. Or number two, you can aerate and overseed. Now, this is also another question I get, and that is, hey Jake, how do I know whether I should seed my lawn or put down a pre-emergent to prevent Poa annua? Well, it depends on the severity of either or situation. So this is a question you have to ask yourself. Is the bare spots or the thinness of my lawn worse than the battle of Poa that I'm fighting, or is it the other way around, vice versa? Then that way you can kind of determine what you want to do. So to answer your question, the way you can handle that, put down a pre-emergent in the fall. Keep in mind, if you do it, you cannot aerate and overseed. That's a decision you have to make. You can spray the weeds too while you're at it. That's funny. Shane Mitchell, what's up, brother? How you doing? How do I get rid of moss in the lawn? Not really sure. Not something I have a lot of experience with. The lawn kit. I have buffalo grass and another grass type that completely destroys my lawnmower because it's so thick. I'll tell you what though, Shane Mitchell, that's a great video I can probably make. Because that's one of the things I run into here in the winter, and I'm actually glad that I have this live show because it kind of saves me. I run into a lot of YouTube creators block, I guess would be the best way to say it. So that and having you guys in the chat give me these ideas, I like it. Would fungicide kill moss? Once again, I'm not sure. Oh, strike it, Rich. See, I'm terrible with these names, man. Seriously. Do you have a weed torch like the LCN uses? I have a paver stone sidewalk, and the weeds are a pain to pull. Any thoughts? Yes, I do, and it works great. In fact, one of the things about weed burners that I really like, especially the one that Alan has, is that it doesn't really take a lot to kill the weed. In fact, all you have to do is hover over it for a second, and then literally within 24 hours, the weed will die. Like, it'll literally start browning out and dying and things like that. Now, keep in mind, it probably will come back because of the root system going on underneath the concrete. So you're definitely going to witness the weeds coming back, but it's a great way to stay on top of it as it's very minimal time on your hands because all you have to do is just wave it across the weed, and then within 24 hours it starts to turn brown, And then once it greens up again, same thing, over and over, very little time. I like that. Um, awesome. Let's see what we got here. In Leo of Prodiamine, is there another pre I can throw down but still be able to seed in the fall? Yes. Um, the active ingredient is called methotrione, aka tenacity. This will allow you to prevent problems like crabgrass or anything like that, but it'll also allow for you to aerate and overseed in conjunction with that. So very nice addition there. In fact, let me see if I can leave a link here for you. Now, one thing I want you to keep in mind about this product is definitely read the label. I haven't read the label in quite some time. Make sure that it's safe for your grass type. Again, this is pretty much off the top of my head, but I know that tenacity is a really good. It's really good for not only preventing crabgrass, but it also does good on not harming any of your seed. So I'll go ahead and link to it right now. Let me get that taken care of. Okay. Yeah, I really need a moderator. I know I've said this the last 2 weeks, but I need a moderator really bad. Right on. Oh, that's funny. All right, hold on, just 1 second. Let me get your. No, it's not what I wanted. All right. This is real life, by the way. All right. Let me link this to you. I'll put it in the chat for you. Whatever your name is, who asked for. Oh yeah, Drew Sanchez. Here you go, brother. I'm gonna go ahead and link this to you. All right. Here you go, Drew. There you go, Drew. Links at the bottom of the chat in case you're wondering. I appreciate your honesty, but not answering questions you don't know. I have some moss in my lawn and are going to try high dose iron. Have not tried that before. Um, that's an avenue to explore. I can't, like I said, I can't give you a lot of feedback. No experience. I'm not going to act like I have it, okay? I mean, I'm only 17 years old. I haven't done that much, really. Um, Strike it rich. Copper will kill moss as I sprayed it in my fruit trees before the greening killed them. You might try that instead of iron. You know what? Sounds reasonable. I'll have to give that a try too. Because I don't have a lot of mold around here, especially because I live in a suburban neighborhood. But in an area like where my grandmother lives, where it's very, it's just very shaded. It's got a lot of trees and things like that. There's a lot of areas where mold and fungus can grow, so that might be a great place to experiment with that. Maybe something cool I could try for the channel. I'm not sure. Um, I'll have to try that. Some liquid copper. That would be some good content right there. Something a little different. Who in the Midwest is excited for spring? Me. Let's see. Keneal, I used Moss Be Gone and it worked pretty well. I did not follow up, so it has come back, but it had knocked down with one dose and the stuff was old. Really? That's interesting. That's interesting, Tom. I'll have to, like I said, more things for me to try. I like that. iPod 24 Gaming. What is your favorite snowblower? Well, like I said, I don't have a lot of experience with snow throwers. I'm just going to tell you flat out. But my favorite so far, because I've owned it for quite some time, I've been able to use it, I'm familiar with it, the Craftsman Tool Stage 24-inch snow thrower. It's a beast. Now, I will admit, it's not the best, like every two-stage snow thrower, without the impeller mod, it doesn't do good in the wet, slushy stuff. But that's a problem you're going to find with pretty much any snow thrower. I believe there's modifications, like I said, that you could do for that. But, yeah, not something I've tried, but something I'll have to look at. That's the only thing I have wrong with it. Fire's a little dim. That's alright though. I'll just let it burn through. You're way ahead of your age, Jake. Thank you, Bert. I appreciate that. Dave Barron. I just received my Dethatch, Aerate, RGS, and Humic 12. Never used any of them in my yard. Which should I start with? Well, the nice thing about these products, to make it easy on yourself, is that you can mix them all up. You can mix them all up in the same tank and go across your lawn. It's not going to hurt a thing. Because I want you to think about it this way. So you have dethatch, that's going to digest the thatch, aerate, that's going to help aerate the soil, and you have the RGS, which is going to push deeper roots, and you have the humic, that's going to help with the nutrient availability. So if you want to, you can spray them all together. Now, as far as a program, if you really do want to get technical like that, I definitely recommend an application. Based on what I've been hearing from John, by the way, I definitely recommend an application of aerate in the first of the spring to help get the soil going, and then maybe 3 to 4 weeks later, once temperatures are coming up and microbial activity is being stimulated in the soil, you might want to put in the dethatch to help digest the thatch, because one of the things about dethatch is you actually want to look for a lot of heat with that product, because that product is heat activated. The process is heat activated, I guess, to be the best way to say it. And then as far as the RGS and the Humic 12, you can mix them in conjunction with either or. But once again, if you want to keep it simple and spray them all four together synergistically, you're more than welcome to do that. Not going to hurt a thing. Cummins and Chevy. I'm starting to get tired of the snow, even though I make money in snow removal, but mowing is more earning. Yes, I can understand that. You gonna shut the door? Oh. I was like, wait a minute. That was my sister. Thomas Dreas. Bonide makes a great moss killer. Once again, check that out. With 1801 Green Punch and a hose end sprayer, what is recommended dial setting for the ortho hose end? Container says 7-to-1 ratio, but not sure how to calibrate that with the hose end. You see, as far as what I know from my experience, I've never had to get that complicated, and I still get good results. In fact, you can calibrate it however you want. What I want you to realize is that with the ortho hose end sprayer, the calibration is basically how many ounces are coming out per gallon per minute, right? Because you got to remember, with the ortho, I believe it's 2 gallons per minute, and you have a couple settings on there. All you have to do is take that setting, multiply it by 2, and that's how many are coming out per minute. That's how it works with the ortho dial and spray. So as far as calibration, 7-to-1, I'm not sure how to do that on a hose end sprayer. But with a backpack sprayer, it's pretty easy. But once again, I don't recommend you try it if you're a beginner. You want that constant dilution of water because of that high nitrogen content. Man, I don't know what's up with me tonight. Last week I was on a roll. What do you recommend for pre-emergent? Prodiamine is a great early spring pre-emergent that you could get. It's readily available. You can find it pretty much anywhere. That and Dimension. Dimension's a great one. Dimension's more of a later season control, but it'll also do really good for preventing crabgrass. In fact, if you want A's, I will leave a link here in the description so that you can pick up some prodiamine for yourself. This will be good. In fact, all you have to do with this product here is put it down at 5 pounds per 1,000 square feet, I believe. That's about, and depending on the size of your lawn, I'm not sure how big that is, Aiden. But my lawn, my front lawn at least, that's where I applied. That's 5,000 square feet, so about half the bag. So it's going to last me another year this year, so I'm really looking forward to using it again. But yes, I will leave that link to you so that you can pick it up yourself. Alright, here we go. Alright, Aiden, link's at the bottom of the chat if you want to check it out. You're welcome, brother. Same with the Humic 12 and Micro 002. Like I said, I don't overcomplicate it. I just put it in the sprayer. however many ounces per gallon, multiply that by how many gallons I'm mixing up, and I just go. I don't overcomplicate it. And in fact, I wouldn't. You know why? Because these products are so much like Milorganite. Not so much the way they're brewed or the way they're made, but the fact that they're foolproof and you can go over the top. It's not going to hurt. Now, keep in mind with the Green Punch, you want to be careful. But with the products like the Microgreen and the Humic 12, those you can go over the top with, and you're not really going to hurt anything. All you're going to do is give yourself more. Now, do I recommend that you go over the top? The answer is no. Of course not. But if you, what was I saying? But if you end up in a situation where you accidentally do it, then yes, it's not going to hurt. Can Dithiapure be used in the fall, or is it more of a spring app? Yes, it can be used in the fall. Like I said, it's a later season control, so if you have any premature crabgrass in the later spring or in the fall you're looking to get some winter residual for the Poa annua, then that's a great time to put down Dithiapure. Now, keep in mind, like I said, you do not want to aerate and overseed with this, okay? This is not a product this is not a product that you want to use synergistically with aeration overseed. Make sense? Can't order them in Canada either, but picking my order up across the border tomorrow. Awesome. Connor Ward, how you doing, brother? I'm looking forward to seeing you next week, by the way. I did have tacos tonight, steak tacos, but that was well before the chat, so unfortunately I'm not eating tonight. Samir P. Jake, how's the lawn business going? How many clients do you have? I finished the year off last year with 10 to 12, maintaining mostly 10 weekly. I'm looking to double that clientele this year. Yes, you can use it in the fall. Stunt D, what is that? Oh, yes, indeed, I believe. Yes, I believe what he's referring to is the fact that it might stunt your seed growth. Yes, it will. So you have to make a decision. Like I talked about earlier, do you either want to prevent Poa annua the following year, or do you want to aerate and overseed and culturally, hopefully culturally outcompete it? Which, by the way, that's what I recommend. I don't put down a lot of fall pre-emergence. Man, I'm awfully tired tonight. I don't know why. Sucks about this weather is my nose has been running a lot too. Hey Jake, I'm gonna start live every Sunday 10 a.m. So I'm gonna go live tomorrow, but it might be a different time for you because you live in a different country. Yeah, 10 a.m. in your country. I don't know what that is here. You guys got like a 12-hour difference, I believe. I'm not sure. Are you going to have another giveaway? I'm not sure. I still got to contact the other winner. He hasn't gotten back to me yet. But yeah, as far as giveaways, yeah, that was just kind of a one-time thing for now. But I don't know if I'm going to do any more coming up yet. Stay tuned. We'll see what we can work out. Billy Callahan. I threw down some 1809 weed and feed on my rye last week, and it is stressed that it's turning light, almost white. Will it come back? Did I overdo it? That's awfully new. You know what? I don't know for sure based on because I don't know what the product is. I believe you might have had some tenacity in there. Wait a minute. On my rye last week. Yeah. So your grass, I assume it's established, right? And if not, correct me in the chat if I'm wrong. But what I believe is that, let me see here. You might have some tenacity, aka active ingredient methotrone in there. That's often going to turn things white after a little bit of time, so that might be contributing to it. In fact, I'll have to look at it after this chat. Yeah, it's the morning. Yeah, it's the morning. Come on, kid, I got you. Pine trees and oaks are blooming here. Oaks are blooming here, so noses are running here too. Yeah, man. Springtime is really bad for allergies. Long kid. Oh, yeah. How come I didn't win anything? Well, it's because you're the rebel, man. You didn't follow the rules. You're supposed to leave a comment. The lawn kid. It's the morning. Yep. Drew Sanchez. Just to confirm, tenacity won't affect seeding if applied in the fall. No, it won't. Not from what I believe. In fact, I will check the label right now while I'm here with you. I believe it's something you can use in conjunction with aeration over seeding. I'm very tired tonight. I'm out of it. I'll admit that to you guys. I am. Let me check here. Yep, pretty much good for all grass types. Shouldn't hurt you at all. Good post-emergence control. Can also be used as a pre-emergent. So that's an option for you if you want to overseed and put down a crabgrass pre-emergent. Once again, I don't recommend it because it just adds another step of complication. But if you want to do that, you're more than welcome to. Studies have proven that it won't hurt. It's awfully hot down here. Yeah, 10 a.m. is the morning. I know. I gotcha. I gotcha. No Alan tonight. No, but I'll see him next week. Stay tuned for that, by the way. I'm looking forward to that. My good old buddy Alan. Landon Williamson. Why do I have stripes coming up in my dead grass right now? I like stripes where I mowed the grass. Wait, what? Landon Williamson. Why do I have stripes coming up in my dead grass right now? What do you mean by that, Landon? What do you mean by that, brother? Hold on one second. I'm going to put another log on here. Terrible. Oh. Okay. Jason Macon, I am going to try to make some videos this year about the progress of my lawn this year. Is there an inexpensive video editing software you recommend? If you're working with your iPhone, iMovie is a great choice. I believe it comes free with the phone, if not $4.99 on the App Store. As far as other than that, though, I don't really know. I mean, I edit my videos with Vegas Pro, and I got that. I paid for that online. I'm sure you can find that too. It's pretty affordable. Oh, he means that the last time he cut the lawn, the stripes are still showing. Oh, yeah, that's normal. In fact, it happens on my lawn too. I don't really worry about it because I know once the lawn wakes up and it starts growing, eventually the pattern will kind of erase itself. I guess that's just what happens because I still have stripes in my yard from October, no matter how many times I've raked it up. I guess that's what happens when you kind of train it a couple times to do that. It just kind of develops its own pattern. But other than that, I'm not really worried about it. It's not going to hurt anything, especially because all I care about, right, is that even if you do have a pattern residing or sticking around for a while, as long as the grass blades are standing up, like I talked about in last week's video, to get some airflow to the soil, that's all I care about. Don't worry about the pattern. Eventually, it'll go away with time. Alan is probably asleep. Yes, he probably is. Being the early bird that he is. Wakes up at sunrise, down by sunset. He's a very early to bed, early to rise guy too. What's for dinner tonight, Jake? Nothing currently, but I did have some steak tacos earlier. Um, Jake, can you tell me what a starter fertilizer is? I normally just buy what they have on the shelf, like organic 2147. My selection is very limited. Well, basically what a starter fertilizer is that it's a synthetic product that contains all three elements. Now keep in mind, when I say synthetic, a lot of people mistake that for, oh, the weed killer. No. We don't want the weed killer. We just want a synthetic product that has all three elements: the nitrogen, the phosphorus, and the potassium. Now, the reason we want synthetic is because we want to push the lawn, especially on the first application. And then from there, once we get into later into the season, things start warming up, then we can consider putting down an application of Milorganite, because temperatures are warmer, soil temperatures are definitely higher, and because of that, more microbial activity is going to be happening. Thus, the product will be able to be utilized more efficiently. So that's the way to go. So don't overthink it. When it comes to starter fertilizer, as long as it's synthetic and it contains all three elements, the NPK, and maybe a little bit of the micros in there as a bonus, you should be fine. Now, Lanson, I believe I lost you. Oh yeah, Keneal. Yeah, I actually did a video on it about a year and a half ago. If you want to check it out, just Google search Jake the Lawn Kid starter fertilizer. It should come up. Fire looks good. Thanks, man. I'm enjoying it. I love this show. I do. I feel like Joe Rogan right now. You can tell I don't do any planning with these whatsoever. It's very open format, right? Like all the content I give you guys is based off of what you guys give me, and I think that's really cool. I love that I'm able to do that. So how did you go about pricing for your business? Do you also seed for them? If so, how much do you charge? I'm just mowing right now. I'm not legit yet. But as far as pricing, that's not something I'm willing to discuss right now. I'm very picky about that. Um, how much was Vegas Pro? Easy to use. I can't remember. I bought it about a year and a half ago. But just look it up. Vegas Pro download, and it should come right up. Lanson Williamson. So every other week I change the way I cut my grass, and now in the winter it's showing the lines. Like I said, don't worry about it. Eventually they'll wear off once the lawn starts growing again and standing up straight. Hey Jake, what app do you use to edit your videos? I use MyMovie. I use MyMovie. I'm not sure. I don't use an app. I don't use an app currently at the moment. Let me mute this real quick. Yeah, I'm sorry I've been a little quiet tonight. Like I said, very tired for some reason. I don't know why. It's that winter depression kicking in. God, I'm all over the place tonight. Whew, let me get back into it. Alright. Asleep or passed out? I don't know. Eric Hughes. Jake, who would win a fight? Batman versus Spider-Man and Alan versus Silverback. Definitely Silverback. Because Silverback's got the muscles, dude. Alan's small. Alan's short, a little wide, shaped like a bowling pin. My dad take him down. That's only because they break each other's balls all the time. So anytime I get it, Al, I will. In fact, hang on. I got a little backstory about the last time he was here for the project one. I'll tell you guys about it next week when I'm with him. So that way we can put him on the spot. Strike it rich. I associated starter fertilizer with a high phosphorus count. Not necessarily. Like I said, if you buy something that contains all three elements, no matter how high the nitrogen, no matter how high the phosphorus, how high the potassium, it doesn't necessarily matter. All right, if you buy something that's like a 10-10-10 or a 12-12-12, 6-6-6, it doesn't matter as long as you have the three elements and it's a synthetic push for the summer. The best way to go really would be to go to the store and pick up anything that's all purpose. That's what I do. Toby Howard, synthetic ferts have higher phosphorus content, so help with rooting of new seedlings. Yeah, I guess that's a great way to look at it, because phosphorus does encourage root growth. What lawn equipment do you use? I have a 48-inch lawn tractor, John Deere lawn tractor, along with a Snapper High Vac 22-inch, and in addition to that, I have an Echo trimmer, detachable shaft with trimmer and edger, and I also have an Echo PV500 for a blower. Makes me the money, so I can't complain. I am a lawn care kid like you, and I'm so bored with winter. Can't wait for spring. Me too. You can probably tell by my attitude tonight. Just tired of being in the house all the time. I actually got outside for the first time yesterday. It was like 43 degrees. Couldn't really do any lawn work, but I definitely walked around the neighborhood a couple times, just trying to suck in the beauty. I mean, I know I'm going to Orlando next week, but just in case something happens or my flight gets canceled, I just wanted to make sure that I got that one little bit of outside time, just to get outside. Even me, I don't even play my videos. I just slam that record button and record something about mowers. Yeah, man, that's like the most real way to go. Now, if it is a video that requires a little bit of research, I will do a little bit of planning here and there, but most of everything you watch in the videos, that's pretty much me just winging it. In fact, if you see me on stage, if I ever give a talk, it's mostly me. Like I said, I'm just winging most of it. I don't do a lot of planning. I like to be live and in the moment. In fact, that's part of why, for those of you who don't know me personally, I've joined the high school jazz band, because I'm all about improvisation. That's just something I like to do. A's Lawn and Landscape. How much for Vegas Pro? Easy to use. Yeah, once you use it a couple times and you start to get the hang of it, it becomes easy. It's like anything, right? Once you ride a bike, once you swing a golf club and you do it more often, it becomes easier. Yeah. All right, let's keep going. I think he's laughing at the fact that I voted my dad over Alan. Well, he's my dad, man. What do you want me to do? Vote against him? The guy's done so much for me. Landon Williamson, what's the best fert to start with lawn care for a 5 to 10,000 square foot yard? Milorganite is a great choice. Now keep in mind, while Milorganite is a great fertilizer, it's not a complete product. It doesn't contain potassium. So if you do decide to use Milorganite, especially as a monthly application during the midst of the season, mostly in the late spring, early summer, early fall time frame, where soil temperatures are high and microbial activity is going crazy in the soil, it's a great product. Now keep in mind, because it doesn't contain that potassium, you're going to want to supplement with it. Now, as far as synthetic products, anything that contains all three elements and a little bit of the microbes will be just fine for you. Cooper the Great, I like how your family doesn't care that you're doing a chat. Yeah, they really don't. They support me. The 1809 I mentioned has dimethylamine. Yeah, I'll have to read about that. Never heard about it. I mean, I've heard a couple of videos from the Grass Factor where he talked about dimethylamine, I believe how it's pronounced. But I'll have to do my own research and make sure that, just make sure that I know what. Hold on 1 second. Oh, God, that's right. I gotta. You know what? Shoot, that's right. I gotta get off here. I'm watching kids tonight. My aunt's dropping her son and daughter off over here, so I gotta watch them tonight. That's why she's calling me. Hold on a second. I'll be right back. One sec. Hold on. I'll be right back. Hey, Dad? Just a second. Hey, Kylie. My God, man. What does it take? Listen. So I just had my I just had my sisters. I was asking them, can you just text my aunt for me to tell them to drop the kids off? I don't care. Just text her so that I don't have to deal with the calls. All right. Well, sorry about that interruption. You know, domestic family problems. Let's get back into the chat here. Very skittish tonight. Alan, what's up, brother? How you doing? I'm really looking forward to seeing you next week, man. I am excited as can be. Believe me, man. I cannot wait for this trip. Told you all about it. I'm more than excited. So we got, yeah, man, that's right. Next week, Lawnology. Woo! Nobody's in the house, by the way. So, Alan, any ideas what we're gonna do for the live show? I know this whole trip I'm pretty much booked up with classes, and then we got the DIY party. So what are we gonna do for this? You'll have to contact me sometime tonight or tomorrow. We got to figure out a plan for this group stream I want to do. All right, let me make sure I'm back in the chat. I lost my stuff. Yeah, John Perry is going to play his guitar. You know what? That would be great if we could put that in the stream. We got to get him and Ryan Knorr to do something, bro. We got two of the greatest singers coming from the lawn care group. We got to bring them together and have them perform. Via the live stream, we'll do it. Sounds awesome. Hey, Jake, did you get that mansion yet? No. That's funny. Just a regular guy, man. Come on. Oh, yeah. Hey, Alan. Alan, you're going to love this. So I was I was asked by a commenter in here about, hey, Batman versus Spider-Man or whatever, or Silverback versus Alan, who would win? Unfortunately, I voted for Silverback, and I'm sure you would too, bro. That's funny. Well, now that you're here, I thought I would just clear that. I'd let you know. See, Alan knows. All these people in here calling me jerks because I voted against them. See, even Alan knows. Hell, my dad Silverback would knock me out if I talked back to him. Oh, this is a great one. Aiden, can you tell us how you started YouTube? Well, so those of you guys who don't know the story, basically, I was living next door to Alan for quite some time, right? And then it wasn't until late 2014 where I started getting to, I started getting to know Alan a little bit. And then what he was doing, and then he was like, "Hey, Jake, you know, there's some great opportunity here for you. In fact, great way to get out of your comfort zone. Start a YouTube channel. Start a YouTube channel." He kept telling me to do it, and I finally bit the bullet that year, and I did it. And then from there, I just kept making videos on, you know, things like the lawns I went to service or shrubberies that I went to trim, things like that. And then as the channel grew, I really started getting serious. Like I started uploading more and more, and just yeah, it just all started off of a little encouragement and passion. That's how it started. I really wish I had more to tell you. Which soil test would you recommend to try in the spring to fine tune my macro and micro apps for the first time instead of just throwing down Milorganite? Well, from what I hear, Soil Savvy is a pretty good test. It gives you a snapshot of what your soil looks like right now. And I believe John Perry, what he recommends is Spectrum Analytic. Now, that's a new company. Haven't messed with either of them, by the way. But Spectrum Analytic, that's another company I'm just hearing about right now, and I believe the reason that is probably a good one is because not only does it show you your nitrogen, your phosphorus, your potassium, but it also shows you your micros, and it also dives a little deeper. Like it also shows you pH, organic matter, CECs, things like that. Basically, giving you a better idea of not only what's in your soil, but what type of soil you have. So, haven't tried either of them, but from what I hear, Soil Savvy or Spectrum Analytic or both, that's where it's at. We'll have to do some tests here in the spring for sure. Keneal01, Echo, that is the big brand in the US. I imported Echo Editor this winter since I am not able to buy a Norway. Can't wrath to try it out. Yeah, man, you won't regret it. It's a good machine. Personally, I'd like to try out a Still one day, though. Still's got the power. An easy way to remember the difference between NPK is up, down, all around. Yep, that's how I remembered it. Landon Williamson. Damn, I know I need a lot of iron and nitrogen. Is that what your soil test told you? Rashid. See, I'm terrible pronouncing these. So mad I just walked over my frozen lawn with the trash cans. Yeah, dude, you're not as mad as me right now. So, I don't know if I've never mentioned this in a couple videos because I keep saying I'm going to do something, but I don't know if I really am. So basically, what's the best way to point it out? Here we go. All right. So this is my driveway right here. Let me pan down a little bit. Silverback is a stack of bricks, a real Irish bulldog. Yeah, man. So anyway, back to the question I was answering. So this is my driveway here. This is my front lawn, and this is my side lawn. So for the past while, by the way, this is my trailer, and this is my trailer, by the way. I forgot to mention that. For the past few months, I've had my trailer parked on this half of the driveway, and because of that, any foot traffic I have to do, such as bringing the garbage cans up and down, or just walking in general from and to the front door, I deal with a lot of foot traffic on this area of the lawn right here. So it's a really bad trouble spot. And by the way, the reason I'm not able to walk on the driveway half the time is because we have like 5 cars out there. So we need to get that situated for the springtime so we don't have foot traffic, or like I said, but never revealed to you because I'm not sure if I'm going to do it, because I've done that a lot in my life where I say I'm going to do something and I don't do it, but I want to compensate for that. I probably want to do some landscaping of some sort. God, here we go again. Silverback's calling me right now. I'm going to decline that. Have my sister call him. Oh boy, here we go. Hang on, let me take care of this. There we go. I just had to message him, let him know I'm still alive. Yep, Tom, we're gonna go ahead and remove that. Let's see. What's up, Alan? Digging your new podcast, deep dives. Yep. Yes, a lot of iron and nitrogen, water, but it sucks in my front yard. It's 5,000 square feet. My back is 75 to 9,500. Yeah, man, that's a big contrast. I've heard about that. A lot of people have small front yards and their backyard just huge. Austin Kepler, what did you do with the snow Joe Alan gave you? Alan never gave me one. Sean McLaughlin, I just acquired the Toro 22-inch recycler mower. What is your opinion on this particular one? Well, I don't have a lot of experience with the new Toro mowers, but I do still have my 2008. It's a good mower. It's a workhorse, especially since it's lasted this long and it's still being used today, mainly on my home lawn, mostly on my home lawn. Yeah, to answer your question, as far as somebody who's had one for quite some time, it's a great one, but the new ones I'm not 100% sure on because I haven't used them. But I'd like to. I'd like to. So if anybody's watching this and you can get me hooked up, I'd appreciate it. I'm just kidding. Let's see. Jason Makem, what do you recommend for weed control when you have dogs? I've talked about this before. Okay, if you have dogs, what I recommend you do is definitely close off an area or seal off an area for the dog, exclusively for the dog. And wait, really? That's funny. I'm all over the place because Alan's blowing up the chat here. He's talking to my dad right now, and he says he'll call me shortly. Yeah, man, listen. I know I'm all over the place tonight. That's a pretty bad tendency with me. This does not happen every week, I promise you guys. I have a lot going on. I have my cousins coming over. I have to watch them in about a half hour or so, so I'll be getting off here very, very soon. But yeah, I'm not normally like this, I promise you. All right, so if I'm all over the place in the chat, I apologize. Next week, hopefully it'll be better. It was definitely great last week. Yeah, I keep losing my place. Anyway, let's get back to this. So as I was saying, if you have dogs, the best thing to do would be to take an area of your lawn and cut that off from the rest and then leave that for the dog, and then that way you have the rest of the yard for you. Now, as far as a weed control, you can use anything that contains active ingredient 2,4-D dicamba will be just fine for you. In fact, there's a video I can link you to here once this live stream is over that Matt does. That Matt from the Grass Factor did, where he talked about the science behind. These active ingredients and what they do pre and post emergently. So that's something to consider. What are the thoughts about robot mowers like Husqvarna? I travel a lot at work. Not sure, I haven't used one. I think you should call him, Jake. Yeah. Well, luckily Alan, being the good friend he is, took care of that for me. Didn't expect him to do that, so Alan, thank you for clearing the air for me, brother. Appreciate it. Jake, relax. You're human. Yeah, man. It's all good. Silverback's cool. Awesome. Makes it way more natural and unscripted. Don't change your style. I won't. Okay. Anything else here? You think walking on the lawn was bad? Imagine your next door neighbor driving an ATV on it after. That's pretty bad. That's bad. Really bad. You're going to have a lot of work to do. What's up, Ben? How you doing, brother? Landon, I'm from Mississippi, and the heat stress, though, is probably worse than Alan heat stress. Well, yeah, because Alan, when he gets heat stress, he also gets the rain. Plus, the grass types he has are built for that. We were laughing about the fact that I'm talking to your dad while you were live on air and he can't get a hold of you. That's great. Will you be in Florida on Friday? You could do your chat from there. Yes, I will. I am psyched as can be. In fact, this is the last episode for a good week or so that I'm going to be doing from home because the next one will be in Florida. I'm really looking forward to it. What else we got? Do you use prodiamine more so than dithiapyr? As far as what I do, I use them in rotation. I use them in tandem. Well, not so much in tandem, but more in rotation. I do one application of prodiamine in the spring, and I do 1 to 2 applications of dithiapyr in late spring, and then that third one, that second application of dithiapyr, I do in the late fall. I like to use them I like to use them in rotation because it ensures that I stay within the early maximum and I'm getting full on control because I'm in control of that. I'll send you some lawn care nut prodiamine this year. Awesome, brother. Looking forward to that. Because I still got some of the do my own prodiamine left over from last year. Because I put it down 10 pounds. Yeah. 5 pounds per 1,000. So I still have half the bag left for this year. I read the toxicology on both pre-emergents and dithiopyr is much less soil and human toxic than prodiamine. That's interesting. Never heard about that. B, lower. Hey Jake, I had a tree fall down due to an ice storm. I sawed it up, but now the chips are on top of 4 inches of snow. Should I worry about mushrooms or other problems this spring? Well, here's what I want you to consider, alright? The organic matter, the wood chips, if you will, they're just on top of they're on top of the snow right now. Because you're not, what's the best word for that? Because it's not compacted down into the soil or anything like that, it's not buried by anything due to decomposition and things like that. I'm sure that's something you can easily clean up in the spring with a little bit of raking and not your mower, but definitely rake it up and just throw it away. What do we got here? Well, I do have sewage nut in one of the runner's types. Yeah. I had a stolonoscopy. You guys are funny. Seriously, you guys got some great inside jokes. Sean McLaughlin, send me some. Oh yeah, that's not for me. Next Friday, account for the 1 hour time difference. Yes, I will. I believe we'll be starting at 6 p.m. their time, Florida time. Austin Kepler, would you recommend your snowblower? I need a new one. Yes, it's a great one. However, the only problem you're going to find with this, and it's pretty much with any snow thrower to be fair, is that you have to deal with it plugging up on the mushy stuff, which is a pain. But there are modifications you can do for it, or I believe they make a snow thrower that comes with that extra impeller, so I wouldn't worry too much. What do we got here? Oh yeah. Should I put down RGS, Aerate, Humic, and Microgreen in March along with Morganite to jumpstart my lawn? Yes. Not gonna hurt anything. Hang on, let me get another log over here. This won't take long. You see, the reason I have to say that is because if I don't, Alan will probably get bored and go to bed. So I gotta let him know that I won't take long. Yeah, man, that's dead out. There we go. Alright. See? Not long. Yeah, that's funny. Alright, I should start a YouTube channel because my yard has all the crabgrass, clover, and dandelion stuff. Yeah, man, do it. I would love to see your progress. Yeah, man, LCN, I know you, brother. I know you. I'm hoping your live stream will put me to sleep. Awesome, brother. That's why I got the fire. You know it's a good show when Jake forgets to seriously thinking about driving by to see Alan. If you're in my area, definitely don't do that. Make sure you email me first. I mean, I appreciate you, but I don't need people showing up at my house unplanned. Keneal, have a good night, brother. Thank you so much for tuning in. I know it's 1 a.m. where you at, especially in Norway, the time difference. But yeah, man, thank you so much for tuning in. I appreciate it, brother. All right. Anything else here? This always happens to me. I get to the end of the chat and it's pretty much over. Oh yeah, hey, by the way, Al, how did that call work out with my dad? Especially with that app he has, he can't really do a lot of calls in the car. Wait, what did Sean McLaughlin say? It retracted. I'm learning this too as I go. I'm only an eptim. He was heading to dinner with some high pro. That is funny. Brandon, what's up, brother? Glad you could make it. That's great. All right. So yeah, Alan, how did that go? I gotta hear this, especially with my dad on that corporate app, which is a pain, by the way, because every time he has to go to pick up my sister from practice, I have to be in the car with him to call because his corporate app won't let him make the calls. It's annoying, man. Gotta tie my Cujos real quick. By the way, if you want a pair of Cujos, you can get them 10% off with the promo code JTLK10. In fact, I'll put that in here for those of you guys who are interested in these shoes. They're very nice, very comfortable, and they keep your feet dry during the lawn season. All right. Oh, dang. No, but see, that's what I like about this. There is no planning that goes into this whatsoever. That was so last minute. My shoe. Listen, I'll be honest with you. My shoe was literally untied, so I tied it, and I figured, hey, great time to pimp out the promo code. Why not? This is great. Well, see you later. Al, what are you talking about, brother? This didn't come from Gary Vaynerchuk. I'll tell you what does come from Gary Vaynerchuk, though, is that I give all of my best information for free. I will never forget that. And that's what this whole live stream is here. You and I both know that, man. So that wouldn't be fair. That's great. Yup. Sean McLaughlin, hey Jake and Alan, how is that lawn doing that you work together on to bring back? It's doing really good, actually. I've been corresponding with Rich here and there. He got all the leaves off, got it cut down low, but it's been but last time he got it manicured, it's been a while, so we'll definitely be checking up on it here very soon once things green up. But yeah, as far as putting the lawn to bed and manicuring it, it's doing just fine. Duraflame, need to get a piece. Never heard of that. Cassandra Pack, where can I get some Bermuda grass seed, not Home Depot or Lowe's? Alan, if you have any input you'd like to give to Cassandra here that you mentioned in your podcast earlier this week, that'd be much appreciated. Because I know one of the things Alan talks about, especially because he lives in a warm season zone and he has to deal with a lot of weed competition, is that seeding is not the best route to go. It's better to go with something like sod or plugs, because they're more established and you're going to get more, I guess, a better bang for your buck because the grass is able to compete with the weeds. Oh, you did meet with Drew today. That's awesome. Wait, Al, you are confusing me, brother, because you did tell me that you do not, you don't seed stuff a lot. Fake logs that burn like crazy. That you know what? That would be interesting, but that would take away the whole realness of this. Yes, no seed in spring. I listen. I 100% live and die by that rule. I do not seed in the spring. Now I have done videos before where I have done it, but as I've grown and I've gotten smarter, I've realized that it wasn't that smart. In fact, it was very counterintuitive. It's not worth it. In fact, it's a great way to lose money more than to get your return on your investment. But can plan for the fall. That's right. Cassandra, yeah, where do you live? Do you live in the cool season zone, warm season zone, transition? Yeah, Alan does talk about that. I was just referencing it. Fall seeding all the way. That's right. In fact, I know I tell a lot of you guys to put down dithiapyr or prodiamine in the fall time, but in all reality, if the problem isn't that bad, just keep aerating and overseeding because all you're doing is you're thickening up the lawn, you're adding in new cultivars that can help culturally outcompete that problem. Oh, hold on one second. Really gonna give me the head shake?
No, Nene, I'm giving her the head shake. Didn't she just ring the doorbell like 9 times?
Yeah, sorry. I got a show going on down here.
She did. She didn't need to.
Let me get rid of that. You can come down here. It's no big deal. Here, go in my room. I'll set you guys up in a few minutes. My cousins are here.
Oh my gosh. People were
Ew, what is that, dookie on the floor?
No, it's a leaf.
Right there?
Yeah, it's a leaf.
Oh, shit. I thought it was
Dookie.
dookie.
I didn't want I was dookie.
Yeah, it's a leaf. We're bringing in firewood. Pick it up.
Duke Smellington. Don't go behind that door. None of your business.
That's my aunt and her kids. Yeah, don't go back there.
They're not. Chill out.
I'm on a roll tonight, man. All right, anything else? I bet Alan went to bed. What's the best height to cut my grass with the Dallas weed I have? I'm not sure. Definitely consider mowing at your normal height. I had to step away, but either way, spring seeding is tough, but with Bermuda, your only choice is spring. Lots of wants. Yes. Nuance. Jake, if someone gave you $100,000 today, what would you do with it? Save it. It's warm over there, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. Toast it.
Let's see what we got here. What state do you live in? Me? Indiana. Northwest Indiana.
Mom, can I show you something?
Cousins back
Mom,
there.
look it. It's a whole tub.
Past my bedtime, Alan says.
Feels good, doesn't it? Right here.
I gotta flip that log.
Toasty on your back. Toasty back. Is Miss Kylie in her room?
Yeah. Just give me a couple minutes. Alright.
It looks like leaves.
Hey, careful what you do. This is a family-friendly audience here. This is a private residence, man. Let's see what we got here. Anything else? Anything else before we go? Looks like the chat stopped. Or is that my community just trying to tell me something? How much would you usually charge for a 2-acre homeland? I don't know. I've never worked with it. Well, I cut at least 3.5 on the dial, but it's 2.5 on the blade height. And when I move to 4.5, it cuts at 3.5, and it doesn't cut. I'm not sure on that. I'll have to get back to you, Landon. Great turnout tonight. I love doing these. You guys can tell. I love this. This is as real as it gets, right? All right, later, Ben. Great show. Have a great weekend. All right, so I guess this is a great place to end it. I appreciate all of you guys for tuning in. Thank you very much to all of you for tuning in. I appreciate it. And once again, if you're attending Lawnology next week, February 20th to the 22nd in Orlando, Florida, I'm looking forward to meeting a lot of the DIY guys that Friday night from 5 to 10, just interacting with you guys and having a great time. So with that, I'm Jake the Lawn Kid. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys next week. All right.